guys. Welcome to the Jamaica Funk Show. I'm KT, and tonight we're with my co-host, Miss Johanna Bright. Joe?
Hello, people.
Yeah. And so tonight we got a great show planned for you. Tonight is Black History Wednesday. So each and every Wednesday we talk about some Black historian who has done something to contribute um, to the excellence of African people, of American people. So tonight we're going to talk about Jonnie Cochran, and we're going to talk about Dennis Brown. Jonnie Cochran was an attorney, very famous, and Dennis Brown was the Michael Jackson of reggae music. So we're going to talk about them too. Then we're going to talk about Joe. Give us the names of the two guys.
Okay. My computer is slow. Don't even ask me why, because it just wants to be slow. I think it's the weather. Okay, so the first person that what I have on my list tonight is Mr. Victor Blanco or Blanco. And the second person is Elijah McCoy.
Okay, cool. And then, guys, we got some Joe's poetry, of course, some sweet, sweet reggae music, of course, and a little reset. So, I want you guys to sit back, relax, grab that last piece of jerk chicken and whatever it is that you're eating and drinking, and get ready for some show enough. Mama, shut your mouth. Reggae music. Well, I remind.
Reset. If you had the opportunity to live life over without limits or boundaries, having the ability to manifest your goals and dreams with the opportunity to live life on your terms, would you be willing to develop the greatness in you, stepping into a new dimension that supports your expectation of life? Each of us has the power to step out of ordinary into extraordinary living, a life filled with limitless opportunities with the access to an abundance of everything. But it starts with resetting your five senses. See, our five senses gives us the ability to hear, see, taste, smell, and hold. Some of us have put our life on hold because of the negative things we have been told throughout life's journey. What we have seen and heard have caused us to put up roadblocks, leading us down the path called Impossibility Boulevard, detouring us from smelling the roses, tasting and partaking in the beauty of unlimited possibilities that life has to offer. It's time to reset our thinking, creating a new reality that demands us to be optimistic in the midst of adversity, knowing there is always a way out when we are able to look beyond the obstacles and see the opportunity within. Living life on our terms start with making a commitment to become invincible and unstoppable when it comes to our goals and dreams, refusing to be defeated or mistreated, having the courage to put life on blast, no longer requiring life's approval, choosing to live life the way we see it and not the way life dictates or demands. Each of us have the power to press reset. When we reset our life, It resets our reality, causing us to live on purpose. The kind of life that I'm referring to will cause controversy amongst the turtles when you start running with the giraffes. No longer will you allow negative conversation within or without keep you from coming out of the box. Our determination will cause us to push through the impossibilities, rise into the call of it's possible, moving us forward onto higher grounds. Elevation, exploitation brings new players to the game. Fresh ideas and courage will eliminate fear, breaking the barriers that have had us chained, refusing to be held back in the game we call life. This is your season of opportunities. Today is your day to live life on purpose. Impulse won't do. Put life on notice. There is greatness in you. Don't be sold by the negative stories you've been told. Living life on your terms is possible. But that negative conversation, see, that's what's old. There is nothing new under the sun. Whatever you want to be or do, there is someone who has already begun the journey on the road you desire to travel to. It's your turn. Now let your feet hit the gravel. When you live on purpose, it demolishes the thoughts of it's impossible, enlarging your horizon and opening the doors to unlimited opportunities, moving you beyond involvement into commitment. See, the pig was always committed, whereas the chicken only got involved. If you are ready for a revolution to take place in your life, then now is the time for you to become bold, ambitious, and radical. You have the potential to live an extraordinary life. Your goals and dreams are dependent on you to free them from within so they can rock the world and blow minds across the globe, opening new doors and giving opportunity to those that have been sold on it's impossible to live your dreams. The world will see your story alone, that ambition is the vehicle that awakens dreams. Being radical makes us be determined to see the possibilities in the negative advertisement. And potential declares, I have what it takes to manifest my goals and dreams. If I have to retrain and refuel to be able to endure the journey, I am determined to deliver what I came to earth to give. I suggest that you start today by building a team of people, starting with yourself, that is willing to motivate and inspire you. When times get rough, encourage yourself to continue moving forward, staying committed to the journey, knowing if you believe in your dreams and can see them, have faith, you will definitely achieve them. Each of us has dreams that are worth living. The people that are living their dreams refuse to allow the gravity of negativity to pull them down, nor are they waiting for greatness to be created or show up on their doorstep. They understand that greatness is not created, nor is it discovered. It is awakened and developed from within. This is your time to shine and your season for greatness. Are you ready to awaken and develop the greatness in you? You know what you got to do. Press reset.
So, Joe,
Yes, Casey.
whew, girl, how have you been? I haven't talked to you in a minute.
Well, I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off in January, stuck in the ice.
Well, it's 90 degrees out there now, so I know you done thawed out.
That's how it's going.
Wow. So you want to start this evening off with your guy?
Victor Blanco.
Victor
Yeah,
Blanco.
but you're correct.
It's
And I'm
Blanco.
You're probably right on the pronunciation
Yeah.
of the name, Blanco.
Yeah, Blanco.
Victor Blanco in 1809 was a black mayor of San Antonio, Texas, before slavery was abolished and was still part of Mexico.
Mm.
Yes, little known Black history fact.
Mm.
And then I want to do number 79 on the list. And this is a little known Black history fact. Maybe some people in this state know it. Do you know that the first blacks to settle in Alabama were Moors?
Yeah.
And they arrived with the Spanish in 1540, 80 years before the Pilgrims.
The Moors were actually here in this country. I have a friend who does a lot of research on the Moors, and that's who we are. Those are part of our descendants. So even though they imported slaves in for Africa, there were black people here or people of color here, which were known as the Moors.
I thought that was kind of cool. And you know what? Since I only have 3 tonight, I'm going to just do my 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you take over because you got some interesting people that you have a little bit more history on.
Yes.
And mine is just little known Black history facts. How about that?
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Okay, so my last one, his name is Elijah McCoy. And he was born in Canada and educated in Scotland. And says, settling in Detroit, Michigan, he invented a type of lubricator for steam engines that was patented in 1872 and established his own manufacturing company during his lifetime. And he acquired, hold on to your hat, 57 patents.
Oh, wow.
57 patents. And I said, I want to Google him. You know how Chris always says, Google him.
Wow.
And I thought, well, this all happened prior to slavery. And I thought, well, you know, this guy was a bad motor scooter to have done so much that even when I put his name in, his name like popped right up on the first page of Google.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I was just read this one little bit and then I'm done. He said, never content to rest on his laurels, McCoy began to work on an improved version of his steam engine lubricator even before the patent had been granted. But in order to improve his workshop and devote more time to his experiments, he needed money. And one way to raise funds was to sell all or part of his patent to a company or to an individual investor. So this man was so dedicated and he was so savvy business-wise. He knew what he needed to do in order to get his company going and moving along. I'm like, yeah. I wish I had time to say more about it, but there were 57 times I just tell everybody, Google the man and find out. This man invented and had patented 57 patents.
And what was his name again? What was his name?
Elijah McCoy. McCoy.
Okay, Elijah McCoy. So tonight, one of my guys is Jonnie L Cochran, born October 2nd, 1937. And he was an American-born lawyer, best known for his leadership role in the defense and criminal acquittal of OJ Simpson for the murder of his wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman. Now, Jonnie Cochran represented a lot of black people. He actually became known for his premise on or his avocation of fighting for victims of police brutality. Um, uh, Cochran represented Sean Puffy Combs during his trial on guns and bribery charge. He represented Michael Jackson. Remember that last trial Michael Jackson had where he, boy, that devastated him. Let's put it that way.
Right.
He represented him in that trial. Tupac Shakur, Todd Bridges, football player Jim Brown, rapper Snoop Doggy Dogg, former heavyweight champion Riddick Bowes. He also represented the 1992 Los Angeles riot beating victim Reginald Oliver Deming. I think that was that white guy that they pulled out of the truck. Yeah, I think it was that white guy they pulled out of that van and beat him. And then it says he and an inmate. Let's see, inmate and activist Geronimo Pratt. He represented him and got him free. And Jonnie Cochran said that was one of his greatest successes as a lawyer. He also represented the athlete Marion Jones when she was faced with being charged of doping during her high school track career. Cochran was known for his skills in the courtroom and his prominence as an early advocate for victims of police brutality. Jonnie L Cochran, and the L stands for just that, L, was born in Shreveport, Louisiana. His father was an insurance man and his mother was an Avon product salesperson. The family relocated to the West Coast during the second wave of the Great Migration, settling in Los Angeles in 1949. Cochran went to the local school and graduated first in his class from the Los Angeles High School in 1955. He earned a bachelor's degree of arts in business and economics from the University of California, Los Angeles. And in 1959, a Juris Doctorate. Now, I went back and looked up what the Juris Doctorate meant because I don't have a clue of what that does mean. So I went and did a little research on that. It says anyone pursuing law will likely be interested in obtaining a Juris Doctorate degree or a JD degree. This is the highest education available in the legal profession in the United States and is considered a professional degree. The JD will prepare the student to take the state bar exam, allowing them to practice law in their state. The Juris Doctorate degree is obtained by going to law school or going to a law school that is approved by the American Bar Association. So, I had to find out what that was because it kind of threw me a little bit. I had never heard of that degree before. He's also a member of the 45th Laurel Wreath Wearers of the Kappa Alpha Phi fraternity. Inspired by Thurgood Marshall and the legal victory he won in Brown versus Board of Education, Cochran decided to dedicate his life to practicing law. Cochran felt his career was calling, or this was his career calling, a double opportunity to work with what he considered to be the rights and challenges that were being wronged on people. He could make a difference in practicing law. So, in A Lawyer's Life, Cochran wrote, I read everything that I can find about Thurgood Marshall and confirms that a single dedicated man could use law to change society. Despite setbacks as a lawyer, Cochran vowed not to cease what he was doing, saying, I made this commitment and I must fulfill it. After passing the bar in 1963, Cochran took a job in Los Angeles as the deputy city attorney in the criminal division. In 1964, the young Cochran received his first celebrity case, Lenny Bruce, a comedian who had recently been arrested for obscenity charges. 2 years later, Cochran entered a private practice. Soon thereafter, he opened his own firm, Cochran, Atkins, and Evans, in Los Angeles. In his first noble case, Cochran represented an African American widow who sued several police officers who had shot and killed her husband, Leonard Deadweiler. Though Cochran lost the case, it became a turning point in his career. Rather than seeing the case as a defeat, Cochran realized the trial itself had awakened the Black community. In reference to the losses, Cochran wrote in The American Lawyer, those were extremely difficult cases to win in those days, but the Deadweiler confirmed for me what this issue of police brutality really galvanized the minority communities. It taught me that these cases could really get some attention. So he actually kind of started going after those type of cases for the fact of getting the notoriety. But his notoriety actually came when he won the OJ Simpson case and coined the phrase, if it don't fit, you must acquit, which is the infamous glove, which is the infamous glove that did not fit OJ.
If there was hashtags back then, that would have been the one.
Mm-hmm. That was truly a hashtag.
Because there was a whole lot of conversation behind that one.
Well, Jonnie Cochran accomplished a lot in his life and time. He won a lawsuit for the wife of Deadweiler. He won $760,000 for the family. Wait a minute. They say Cochran won $760,000 for the family of Ron Settles, a black college football player whose family claimed was murdered by police. In 1990, Cochran joined the successful firm of Cochran, Mitchell, and Jenner. Jonnie Cochran died on March 29, 2005, of a brain tumor. And if you want to know more about Jonnie Cochran, you could actually go and, you can Google his name, or you can go to Wikipedia. And then there are several other sites that you can actually go to find out more about Jonnie Cochran. So we're going to take a break. You're listening to the Jamaica Funk Show. I'm KT, along with my co-host, Miss Johanna Bright, and we'll be, yep, and we will be right back. Well, I remind.
Affected by your smile, witty and thoughtful, deceiving and beguiling, amorous and suspicious, your impressive giving nature that is you. I am affected by your posture, sitting up straight, back pressed firmly against the cushion, eyes forward, listening intently, hanging on my every word, poised for the confrontation destined to come. I am affected by your thoughts, summations and suppositions wound tightly together by a single strand of perception, by your tunes on your shelves, stacked neatly, read thoroughly. I am affected by your perceptions, the way you process information and extricate simplistic meaning from an enigma that is merely life. I am deeply affected by you, what you are, what you will be, what you have become. Just before I was born, my
your body still feel like it never been touched yet. Don't know, baby, me feel make you happy all your life. The touch you give me, I know me not gonna let you go. Cause every time you touch me, you feel like a go, yeah. You run with the boy, where was I from? Yeah. Remember when you tell me, say you have enough? Yeah, bumper big, body turn up. Oh. You make the ground shake when we love up. Oh. You alone make me feel amazing. You alone me a chair for you know. Now the planet don't need makeup. Love you forever and we not break up. Till my life over, everybody know you are me lover. Me give you good love, tell you like that. Anywhere you go, you must come back, baby. Till my life over, my life everybody know you are me lover. Me give you good love, tell you like that. Anywhere you go, you must come back. If you happy, stay slim. If you happy, fat. Love you anywhere, and your body that. You want no cabby, but copy that. You want me need, now me habitat. You alone make me feel amazing. You alone need a chair for you know. No, the bed it don't need makeup. Love you forever, and we not break up. Till my life over, everybody know you are me lover. Me give you good love, tell you like that. Anywhere you go, you must come back, baby. Till my life over, my life everybody know you are me lover. Me give you good love, tell you like that. Anywhere you go, you must come back. No girl can do it like you. Some now make none of them take your pride. Gotta hype me hype you. As long as me leave you there by my side. You alone make me feel amazing. You alone me a chair for you know. No, the bed it don't need makeup. Love you forever and we not break up. Till my life over, everybody know you are me lover. We give you good love, tell you like that. Anywhere you go, you must come back, baby. Till my life over, my life everybody know you are me lover. We give you good love, tell you like that. Anywhere you go, you must come back.
For you call my phone for. When I don't tell me, I tell you already. Best if you love me and go on, yeah.
Me nah been a side chick for no boy. Me nah been a side chick for no boy. Me nah been a side chick for no boy. Me nah been a side chick for no boy. Nobody call my phone my youth. Nobody expect me fi answer. Me nah been a side chick for no boy. Me nah been a side chick for no boy. Every day you and I just a boss. Your time about me no qualified do. Enough time you have me lock up in the house. But remember say me mother never bring no ghost. If you not put on a wedding ring, best if you love me and go on do your thing. Me a gal when a sponge pan boy. Thank God me and my own things. Cause me nah been a side chick for no boy. Me nah been a side chick for no boy. Me nah been a side chick for no boy. Me nah been a side chick for no boy. Nobody call my phone my youth. Nobody expect me fi answer. Me nah been a side chick fi no boy. Me nah been a side chick fi no boy. Every day you tell me and me I want, and every day you tell she and she ain't need. My youth me no know why you are free. Hello the line say you wanna NSC. Tell me you are go party with your friends. You never come back from my end. I call call it till it reach 110. When we check it out to you and her again. Me nah be no side chick for no boy. Me nah be no side chick for no boy. Me nah be no side chick for no boy. Me nah be no side chick for no boy. Nobody call my phone my youth. Nobody expect me fi answer. Me nah be no side chick for no boy. Me nah be no side chick for no boy. Every day you and I just a boss. You talk about me no qualified do. Enough time you have me lock up in the house. But remember say me mother never bring no ghost. If you not put on a wedding ring, best if you love me and go on do your thing. Me a gal when a sponge pan boy. Thank God me and my own things. Cause me nah be no side chick for no boy. Me nah be no side chick for no boy. Me nah be no side chick for no boy. Me nah be no side chick for no boy. Nobody call my phone my youth. Nobody expect me fi answer. Me nah be no side chick for no boy. Me nah be no side chick for no boy.
Watch me when me work. Look how me make that booty work. Just relax, baby, and let me do the work first. Just for the night, me want to be a night nurse. Watch me when me work. Look how me make that booty work. Oh, baby, nobody hurt me. You come quick while you first me. Me glad bag me while you burst it. Like a person there, me while you search me. Me love it rough, yeah, me love it when you girt me. But from ever since my mother birthed me, and my time I not left the place, yeah. Give me no, come me nah see you later. Make a movie like a inner dictator. Call me a judge when me done with that case, yeah. All that I wanted from you was to give me something that I never had. Something that you've never seen. Something that you've never been. But I wake up and act like nothing's wrong. Watch me when me work. Look how me make that booty work. Just relax, baby, and make me do the work first. Just for the night, me want to be a night nurse. Watch me when me work. Look how me make that booty work. Oh, give it to me, please. Baby, don't you leave. Me feel high, I'm in but no weed. This are the only chance to. Tonight, boy, and me you belong to. You don't really know how much me want you. Admit, so me bring out the best in you. Spirit take you. And that's why me mess with you. Hold me tight, hear me dressing too. What can I say? I know you love me and me love you. Watch me when me work. Look how me make that booty work. Just relax, baby, and make me do the work first. Just for the night, me want to be a night nurse. Watch me when me work. Look how me make that booty work. Oh.
Bring that booty. From a colleague, girl, you know you just come over. Wine in a slow motion. Up in your belly at the motion. Girl, I leave you, make it work on it. I love it when you work on it. She back it up, she moving like a poop on it. Acrobat with hydraulic, she tipping on her toe with it. Girl, whine and move your body and turn me on. Girl, the way you looking right now, girl, you turn me on. Every time you whine, your body a gone. Girl, we attracted, and the feeling so strong. When I see you face to face, when we in the same place, girl, I warm embrace. When you work, you left me amazed.
Watch me when me work. Look how me make that booty work. Just relax, baby, and make me do the work first. Just for the night, me want to be a night nurse. Watch me when me work. Look how me make that booty work. Oh. But I wake up and act like nothing's wrong. Work.
Make that booty work. That's what she said. The girl said, make that booty work.
Make it work
I guess they twerk.
And I can't stand that. Anyway, that's Black History Wednesday.
So,
I think that's the worst damn band ever came out.
yeah, probably so. But it's it's that I was just listening to her. Yeah, and it was kind of funny. So, anyways, getting back to Black History Wednesday, let's go on and do our man of the hour, Mr. Dennis Brown. Dennis Brown was born in Kingston, Jamaica in 1957. Hailed as a child prodigy and called the Michael Jackson of reggae, Brown was 12 years old when he recorded his first album, No Man is an Island, which includes the hit single of the same name. Largely hailed as reggae's king, following Bob Marley's death in 1981, Brown recorded nearly 80 albums over his 30-year career. His addiction to cocaine contributed to his early death in July of 1999. Born Dennis Emmanuel Brown, born February 1st, 1957 in Kingston, Jamaica, dubbed by Bob Marley as his successor and called the Crown Prince of Reggae. Like I said, Brown was 12 years old when he created his first single, No Man is an Island, which he actually coined the phrase, No Man is an Island. He recorded the song at the famed Studio One Records in 1969 as a part of his album of the same name. Brown began working towards a music career 3 years prior to the release of No Man is an Island. At the age of 9, he began singing with Brian Lee and the Dragonaires. During a concert, the young Brown stood atop a beer box so that he could be seen. In 1968, he caught the attention of Studio One sound system operator Clement Coxon died. This is the guy who actually, Clement Coxon died, actually is the one who gave Bob Marley a place to stay when Bob Marley was homeless after his mother left for the United States. And they... Go ahead, I'm sorry, I was just going to mention Bob Marley here. Go ahead. Yeah, and Coxon died. They said that he had the ear for music. He didn't play no music or any of that kind of stuff, but he knew when it was going to be a hit. So I see Coxon died was influential in Dennis Brown, and soon began recording at the studio where Bob Marley had carved out his sound several years before. During an amazing 2-day session, Brown recorded 2 albums, No Man is an Island and I Will Follow My Heart. Commercial success in 1971, Brown released Super Reggae and Soul Hits, which featured a more mature sound and pushed Brown to stardom. His silky smooth voice endeared him to listeners and record executives, and as he grew in stature, so did the demand for his record producer who wanted to tap into his success. Over nearly 30 years in the career, Brown, come on, babe. Sorry about that. Brown churned out 80. You know what? Can I have my screen back? I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. I mean, it just stole my screen from me. So, okay. So he carved out a nearly 30-year career. Brown, like I said, churned out 80 albums for some 40 different recording labels. His hits include Some Like It Hot, Cassandra, Westbound Train, My Time, How Could I Leave, and Ghetto Girl. His 1972 single, In My Pocket, landed amongst the UK's top 10. Brown's career mirrored the changes in reggae music, from lovers rock to dance hall to digital. With each change, the easy-sounding musician seemed to effortlessly transition. In 1994, he was nominated for a Grammy Award for the album Light My Fire. Following Bob Marley's death in 1981, many assumed that Brown, who for a time moved to London after singing with A&M Records, would pick up the torch as reggae's leading man. The result, however, was a mediocre stab at pop reggae and release of 3 poorly received albums in later years. Brown transitioned in the 80s. His drug of choice changed from marijuana to cocaine. He was never able to kick the cocaine habit, which contributed to his early death on July 1st, 1999 in Kingston, Jamaica. Just 2 months before he died, Brown, who fathered 13 children during his lifetime, had been arrested in Brazil for possession of drugs. Despite his personal issues, Brown continued to make recording studios his second home until his death. During the final years of his life, he recorded and released 3 records and had been working on a 4th one when he passed. In an interview with National Public Radio, Damon Marley, Bob Marley's son, spoke about Brown's legacy. He was one of those persons who made it cool to smile in reggae music. When I listen to his music, I can hear that he really loves singing. It almost sounds like he's smiling while he's singing. So, you can find out more about Dennis Brown on biography.com/editor, and just put in Dennis Brown in the search, and you can learn more about Dennis Brown. But Dennis Brown and boy, I'm trying to think of my boy's name. I think of his name eventually. Were best friends, and the one who did Night Nurse. What is his name? Okay, well, when we go to...
You're talking to the wrong person. I already told you what kind of day I was having.
Listen, girl, wait a minute. I'm over here having such a great time. We got 1 minute and 42 seconds left. So, having said all of that, I guess it is time for us to get off. It has been a pleasure being here with you this evening. You know, without you, there is no us. If you want to hear more about the Jamaica Funk Show or see more of our videos or our radio shows, you can go to www.jamaicafunkshow.com for one-stop shop. You can find Joe's Poetry there, and there's also a link to Christo's Furs. And if you don't know your furs, know your furrier. Christo's Furs, Westchester, Illinois, baby. So listen, girl, like I said, God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in this evening. And until tomorrow, once again at 8:15 on the Jamaica Funk Show, well, Ironman.
Hurt you because me move on, you can't say me fuck 32 man. 32 man. Big Friday evening, if you go supermarket, you give me 2 grand. Give me 2 grand. You a chat about me jealous to me cuss when me ear say you fuck Susan. Me cousin Susan. Come in drunk and night beat me up in front the kids, nearly broke me 2 hand. Member say me catch you with a girl the other night, me nearly dropped down. To me left you a walk and I say me I go pop down. Me have a rich man and fuck you dead.